everyone, this is Erin with 5 Parks Yoga. Thank you so much for joining me for class today. Today's class is going to be a variety of postures and inversions and stretches utilizing the wall, my beautiful blue wall. And typically I'm outside filming without a wall nearby, so I'm going to do as much as I can during this class to take advantage of the wall. So if you like this practice, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And we are going to start today's practice on our backs with our legs up the wall. So we're going to take advantage of the wall right away. We're just going to take about 5 breaths in this position. So you're going to scoot your hips up to the wall, and you're going to lay down on your back and bring your feet, legs straight up the wall. Rest your hands alongside your body, or rest one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. Close your eyes, breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Three deep Ujjayi breaths in through your nose, out through your nose. Two more. Take an inner thigh stretch with a straddle position in your legs if you have the space on your wall. So let your legs separate, let the work of gravity draw your feet a little bit closer to the floor. One more breath here. Bring your arms to a goalpost position, and you're going to take your left leg over to the right and drop both feet down to the floor for a full belly twisting posture. Take a breath here. Switch it out. So bring your both legs to the left. Rest them down on the floor for full belly twisting posture on the left side. Breathe in and out. Bring both legs back up the wall. Bend your legs. Place your feet on the wall at hip distance apart. And as you breathe in, you're going to lift your hips up, adjust your feet so that you are in a 90-degree angle with your legs. So start to just roll up. Okay, now once you've established this position so you know where your feet should stay, don't move them, and then just start to lower down to the floor. Your toes are going to come off the wall, and then press up, press your feet firmly into your wall, and lower. This is going to be the last one here, just feeling your legs hopefully warming up. All right, now walk your heels up to where your toes are, so further up the wall. Your legs are probably almost straight at this point. Press up all the way until your feet are flat to the floor, to the wall, and then roll down almost to the place where your legs are straight. We're just doing 5, so this is 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it at the top. Okay, if you haven't practiced shoulder stand before, this is a great place to learn the posture. So you're going to take your hands now and place them on your low back. Bring your elbows in, hopefully to about the distance of your shoulders. You can walk your feet further up, rest them against the wall, or you can take your feet up off the wall and press them up toward the ceiling. Hold here for 5, 4, and that's 1. From here, take your feet behind your head to plow pose. Hold here for 5, 4. Bring your feet back up to shoulder stand, to the wall, and then roll all the way down onto your back. So you're in legs up the wall position with straight legs. From here, you're going to roll off to the side, and you're going to make your way onto your belly facing the wall. So bring the crown of your head about a couple of inches away from the wall, so kind of close but not touching. From here, let's take a Cobra Pose. So bring your hands underneath your shoulders, elbows draw in and back. Peel your chest up off the floor. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Now lift your hands up off the floor. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Now take your hands to the wall, and you're going to start to walk your hands up the wall. So it's as if you were coming into a high Cobra Pose, but your hands are on the wall. Okay, so at about shoulder distance apart. And then go ahead and start to sink your chest back down toward the floor. Feel this really, really deep stretch in your shoulders. Continue to hold it. One more breath. Okay, now you're going to walk your hands back down the wall. Try to keep your chest lifted, and now just extend your arms back behind you, reaching your fingers toward your heels, and then lift your feet up off the floor and hold for 3, and 2, and 1. All right, counter stretch for your arms. You're just going to press back to Embryo Pose. So in Embryo Pose, you're going to rest your arms alongside your body with the tops of your arms on the floor, forehead resting on the floor. Just a counter pose for that deep stretch in the shoulders. Okay, roll your way up. And then from here, go ahead and sit with your back against the wall. Extend your legs forward out in front of you. We're just going to take a seated forward fold first. So from here, you can start to walk your hands towards your feet, hinge over your legs. Release from your fold, and you're going to keep your feet where they are, visually mark them or whatever, and then you're going to stand where your heels are. So you're going to come all the way up to a stand and just rotate so you're facing the wall. So we've opened up the shoulders a little bit while we were on our stomach. So now we're going to take reverse L handstand. This is another stretch for your shoulders. So take your feet at hip distance apart, hands to the wall, shoulder distance apart, and start to walk your hands down the wall. Bring your torso so that it's parallel with the floor. Look down at the floor, press away from the wall until your body is in a 90-degree angle. So you just kind of have to try and visualize it and make any adjustments that you need. So you're getting this stretch in the hamstrings, the stretch in the shoulders, which we've already worked on a little bit. So hold it for one more deep breath in this position. And then come all the way up and just press away from the wall. Since we're here at the wall, working, opening the chest and the shoulders, go ahead and take your arm flat to the wall and then start to rotate away from your arm. So we do this posture sometimes on the floor. Now we're doing it standing. Switch sides. So bring your straight left arm against the wall and then start to rotate away from your arm. Okay, now make your way down onto your mat onto your shins. We're just gonna warm up the wrists a little bit. So go ahead and place your hands flat on the floor, spread your fingers wide and just rock back and forth. 2, 1, switch. Fingers face your knees, rock back and forth. You can bend your elbows, rock your palms off the floor for 2, 1. Very gently come onto the tops of your hands with your fingers facing each other, not a lot of weight in your hands. And then start to make fists with your hands. So bringing your fingers in, you should feel a really deep stretch. And again, not a lot of weight on the tops of your hands, okay? So you're not resting all of your body weight on your hands. And then from here, spread your fingers wide again, and then just gentle rocks back and forth. Okay, we're gonna take that reverse L handstand, we're gonna make it into L handstand now. So hopefully you're feeling ready. Remember the shape that you were in against the wall, and we're gonna do it upside down now. So again, if you need to mark the distance, legs distance away from the wall, and you're gonna bring your hands to where your feet would be, okay? So you're gonna be in a shortened downward dog stance with your heels against the wall. First thing you're gonna do is bring your shoulders right over your hips. And then you're gonna walk your feet high up the wall. And then from this position, start to walk them down the wall until you're in a 90-degree angle. So you're pressing your feet against the wall. Hold here, takes a lot of shoulder strength. For 3, 2, 1. And go ahead and step down, come to kneeling or on your shins again, and then just take your hands and take little circles with your wrists. Okay, now we're gonna do a deep hip stretch against the wall, and then we'll come back into handstand, but I'm gonna give your wrists a bit of a break for a second. So from here, you're gonna take your shin and bring it against the wall. Take your right leg, place it into a lunge position. Okay, so bring your knee directly over your right ankle. And then you're gonna bring your shin up the wall, okay? So the top of your foot should be against the wall at this point, if that all made sense. It's called horse posture. It's not always the easiest posture to get into. Now, you're gonna take your hands, come up onto your knee, interlace your fingers, and then start to press away from your knee. Okay, and let's switch sides. So bring your right shin against the wall. Bring your left leg out in front of you, left knee over your left ankle, and then bring your shin against the wall, straight up. From here, start to take your hands onto your left knee, press into your left knee as you lift your torso up. And release. All right, from here, come to standing, facing the wall, a little bit shorter than legs distance apart. We're gonna come into a shortened downward dog stance. So take your hands down onto your mat, a couple of inches away from the wall. Spread your fingers nice and wide. From here, go ahead and walk your feet back about a footstep and then return your right foot to where it was. Okay, so that's about the distance of your stance. Right foot in between hands and left foot. Okay, first thing that you're going to do to practice is bring your shoulders over your wrists. So rocking, your weight into your hands. And then the next time you come forward, start to kick your left foot up toward the wall, but make sure that you get your shoulders over your wrists first. Take a couple more kicks, or you can just hold it, it's up to you. If you did get upside down and you're holding it, try to take your feet away from the wall. You got the wall there for support. Release. Come all the way to a standing position. Once again, give your wrists a little bit of love. Okay, and then we're going to take that on the other side. So we want to practice kicking on both sides for handstand. So again, a little bit shorter than a leg's distance apart. Come into your shortened down dog stance. So hands are about 2 inches away from the wall. Walk your feet back, or you can keep your left foot where it is. Walk your feet back. Your left foot returns to where it was. Okay, so it's hands, left foot, right foot. Practice rocking forward for 5, 4, 3, 2. This is the movement that you want before you kick up. So shoulders coming right over wrists. And then when you're ready, you're going to kick your right foot up to handstand against the wall. You can take a couple kicks if you just want to practice. Okay, or you can hold it and you can practice taking your feet away from the wall. Okay, when you're done, release. Stretch out your wrists. Okay, and then the last posture we're going to practice against the wall, if you've wanted to try this but haven't had the courage to do it away from the wall, is a Crow-Headstand Press Up. So you're going to come into Crow facing the wall. You want to position yourself so that when you bring your head to the floor, obviously you've got the space. So get far enough away from the wall that you can make a triangle with your hands and your head. Okay, nice triangle, about, again, 2 inches away from the wall. We're going to come into Crow first. So lift your knees up to the backs of the tops of your arms. Hands are positioned at shoulder distance apart. Take your weight onto your hands. Lift your heels up. Okay, this is what takes a lot of courage in Crow-Headstand. You have to slowly make your way down onto your head. Once you're in position, on your head, you should be in a tripod position, and then you can press your feet up. If that feels too scary to go from Crow to bring your head to the floor, I recommend maybe putting a little blanket there
take away a little bit of the fear. And then option here to straddle your legs like we did in Legs Up the Wall pose. If you'd like to, you can try returning to crow, bringing your knees back to your tripod. So tucking into a little ball, bringing your knees down, and then lifting your head up off the floor. Not my best looking crow there, but you get the idea. And then let's counterpose our headstand with Embryo Pose. So resting hips on heels, tops of arms on the floor. Come down and relax. Release from your Embryo Pose. And then if you want to practice a Straddle Press Up Headstand, you can either come back to your tripod position, hands, head in a triangle, or you can take forearms into a triangle position and come onto your head, okay? You've got the wall right here, so about the same distance away from the wall. Make your way either into tripod or your little triangle. Bring your legs to a straddle position, whichever variation you're in. And then from here, you want to walk your legs closer to the wall. Maybe so much so that you get your back already resting against the wall. You can use that as a little bit of leverage. My floor is really slippery. I'm sliding out here, okay? And then you can start to experiment by lifting toes up off the floor, rocking your weight forward. The wall's there to catch you. Or you can just start to press your feet up off the floor to a straddle position and maybe all the way up. And then you can press your way down. So straddle first. Lower your feet down with control. Okay, and if you aren't already pressing against the wall, come back to your straddle and get your your back against the wall. Press your weight against the wall. Let your head hang heavy. Lift your arms up and press your hands against the wall. Release your hands down. Come all the way down onto your mat. And then for our final posture, Shavasana, you can return to legs up the wall where we began, or you can just rest down onto your back. So settle into whatever position is most comfortable for you. Breathe in. Big open mouth exhale. Soft breathing. Come into the natural rhythm of your breath. Let your body feel very heavy on your mat. For even longer. Thank you so much for joining me today, and
And today as you go forward, may you have peace in your thoughts, peace in your words, and peace in your heart. From my heart to yours, namaste.